Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan, and this is your JIS news for Friday, January 12, 2024. Plans are underway to redevelop and reintroduce brand Jamaica to meet the growing needs of the new tourist generation. That pronouncement comes from Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who was addressing a book launch on Wednesday. He says professional services have been engaged to look at an evaluation of brand Jamaica, and plans are quite advanced for developing a national brand strategy. This, he says, will give every Jamaican a better understanding of the brand, as it calls for everyone to take responsibility for their actions at home and abroad.
And as we seek to become a republic, that is the perfect opportunity to have our brand centered on our agency, not just our freedom, not just our independence, but our agency, our ability to take charge of our own future and be responsible for it, so that that becomes part of our identity.
Noting that the enticement of baby boomers and Generation Z has vastly changed, the Prime Minister says Jamaica will have to recraft and reposition itself to ensure that the many new hotel rooms being built are filled for years to come. He insists that the country needs to build a reputation that encompasses not just our resources, but our history and our assets as well.
And then we take our hopes and our aspirations for a fair society, a peaceful society, a growing, productive, pro-social society. And then we say to the people, come to Jamaica for the full experience, not just for sun, sea, and sand, because that in itself is limitation.
The Minister of Tourism has written a book reflecting on tourism resilience and sustainability in the 21st century. It is one of two publications launched by Minister Edmund Bartlett this week. They are titled The Journey, The Service, The Man, Edmund Bartlett's Time Capsule 1980 to 2022, and Thought Leadership on Tourism Resilience and Sustainability in the 21st Century. In the latter, the tourism chief reflects, among other things, on the work it took to maneuver the current that was COVID-19.
We were in the position to place Jamaica as the first country in the region to be truly recovered from COVID. And today we no longer talk about 2019 numbers, we now talk about 2023 numbers as the benchmark for our growth and development.
In lauding the work, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says it is this kind of deep reflection to the point of academic pursuit that is needed in the perfection of policy objectives.
It is indeed a requirement of this Prime Minister, of his ministers, that they take a deeper reflection on policy, not just to take what is handed to them, but they must also feel the pulse of the people. They must take the long view of the future. They must reflect on the past, and they must bring all of that together and influence policy.
It has to happen this year. 2024 must mark the conclusion of the long-running discussions about how to end predial larceny. That's the insistence of Agriculture Minister Floyd Green, who says implementing action must be the focus at this point. These actions, he reveals, will include commencing the proposed Agricultural Wardens program this year.
This year, we want to put more boots on the ground, and as such, we've been speaking about it for a while. It has to happen in 2024, where we put into operation our Agricultural Wardens program, where we will look at the areas that have tremendous challenges with predial larceny and have people who have the powers of, let us say, a district constable in the areas specifically to treat with agricultural crime.
The minister underscores that discussions are already taking place with Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson about getting the program started this year. At the same time, he says the ministry is working on fixing some of the laws and legislative issues to build a framework that makes it more difficult for people to relocate stolen agricultural items. Amendments to the Agricultural Produce Act are among these initiatives. Minister Green was addressing a new Face of Food session held in St. Catherine recently. And finally, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz has promised to take action to address issues causing long wait times for commuters in the Kingston metropolitan region. The minister gave the commitment on Monday as he visited the Halfway Tree Transport Centre for a first-hand view of the system since the reduction in bus fares took effect. He assured commuters that they would see some relief once the 300 new buses start rolling in. The first 100 are expected as soon as June.
2 hours I can't fix right away, but give me a little time. I beg everybody, give me till June. Give me 6 months. Yeah? Reasonable. It takes time for the bus them to make and ship and reach here.
Minister Vaz also addressed complaints related to dispatchers and other issues.
I hear that there's problems also that are getting complaints from you in relation to dispatchers, etc. Leave that to me. That is a function of management. Right? I'm going to make somebody senior be here every evening to give instructions and to make sure and watch what's going on.
As of January 1, adult commuters are paying a reduced fare of $70 on JUTC buses, while children are paying $25 and pensioners $30. The fares will further reduce effective April 1 to $50 for adults, $20 for children, and $25 for pensioners. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.